All right. So let's
Now
talk
we're
about
gonna
SAG.
transition into the. You want to do SAG first? Okay,
I
let's
do
talk
because
about our
I have a
SAG
question
nominations.
for you. I want to run this by you. I have a
Okay.
possible route. All right. Top Gun Maverick. Sound, I think we're pretty unanimous, right? You think most likely
Yeah.
the sound
Yep.
editing combo.
Are you gonna pitch Top Gun Maverick winning Best Picture to me?
Well, I've had that for a week. I don't know if
Oh,
we've
you've
talked
had
about it
Top
yet.
Gun. Okay.
Yeah, I put it in because because I think now Jerry Bruckheimer's getting an honorary award that Tom Cruise is
It'll
giving him.
win PGA, I think.
It's very likely to win PGA.
No, I
This
agree.
is
It's my number two right now. It's like
but
it's very possible.
but this is also where I'm thinking. I really because this is the thing. You could be right in that it's a Bohemian Rhapsody turn, and Austin Butler is this up and coming actor, but kind of. I mean, as we've talked about, he's been around, but I think
Up and coming to a lot of people.
Rami Malek at least I think won an Emmy at the point,
He was
right?
more well known. Yeah.
He was more well known. I don't know if he won an Emmy, but Mr. Robot definitely put him on the map. And I also think Bohemian Rhapsody was a much bigger hit
Almost
as
made
much as
$1 billion. Yeah. And
yeah.
also released closer to Oscar season than Elvis did.
So I do wonder, can Austin Butler go all the way?
I
He
think
will
so.
most likely win the Golden Globe, but again, I wonder how much influence that voting body has this year. I want to pitch this because SAG, I'm lost. I really don't know who's winning SAG because I don't know who
Austin.
has the narrative. He could, but I really like. I don't.
SAG has a lot of younger voters. They're a lot
Who was the
more.
last person to win Best Actor off of a performance where they made their name? Like he's basically a breakthrough performance. Nobody knew who Austin Butler was really. He's been
Mhm.
around, but they didn't know who he was before this. So that's my thing is I don't know who that is. The only thing I will say is because we talked about you mentioned SAG being a very populist group. I do wonder if Tom Cruise could win SAG and that lead him to a
I
Best Actor
don't
Oscar.
think so. A Best Actor Oscar win?
I think very well.
Mm.
He could be. Could be just this moment in a bottle. This type of Green Book coda. Not equating those two movies, but just any chance to
It's
give this
not the type of
something they give
performance
it
that
that
they
type of thing.
award. Like you mentioned, when's the last time an actor breaking onto the scene like Austin Butler won an Oscar or
I'm gonna do
SAG
that
for
myself.
that?
I'm gonna do it now.
When was the last time a performance like that in Top Gun Maverick by a movie star in a huge blockbuster film won an acting award?
But my thing would be there are other performances like Austin Butler's that you can be like Taron Egerton, who had, delivered a similar type of performance. Like you can go through. I'm not quite sure we've had a type of moment like Top Gun had. Like what's another blockbuster that actually was getting this type of like we've never seen this happen. Maybe like Lord of the Rings, even I don't think was the same
I mean,
thing as
Black Panther did very well with the awards.
yeah, but still, I don't know. There's something about the nostalgia of this 36-year-old movie that came back. I don't know because I think with Best Actor, I'm thinking of like Denzel, like this type of like we thought it was Casey Affleck, and then now Denzel didn't win the Oscar, but this
Mhm.
moment of SAG honoring this like this legend that people love. I don't know. Just I'm really struggling to see Austin Butler,
I
who
feel like it's
nobody
pretty
knew a year
easily
ago.
Austin Butler, personally. At least at SAG and at the Oscars and at the Golden Globes.
We'll see. Let me look up this history.
Let's
This
start off with SAG Ensemble then,
yes,
where
you lead and I'll do this
I
rest.
would have I struggled with this actually, honestly. First three I'm pretty confident on. The only one I'm super confident in getting in is Everything Ever All at Once will be nominated in SAG Ensemble. Then I have The Fablemans, but honestly, I think it could miss. I don't know. Then I got Glass Onion, very populous. Lots of people have seen it. It's on streaming. Um, then I have The Woman King, I think. I do think, I don't know, I don't really have much reasoning behind it, but I think it'll probably get in there. And then I have Top Gun Maverick, which, yeah.
All right, so would you call Eddie Redmayne like when he won for Theory of Everything? Was he an established
Mm,
actor? Like he
not
had more
really.
credits. I mean, he was in Les
He,
Mis. That was a Best Picture nominee.
yeah.
So I don't know. It's
I
just
mean,
like how
Austin Butler
possible.
was in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood,
Yeah, but come on,
Best Picture
nobody. It's
nominee.
not like people. It's like, oh, that's the guy from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I
No,
don't know,
no.
and I have nothing against him. He's fantastic in the movie. I just, I really struggle to see him actually winning on this type of debut moment. Like, I don't know. And especially when you have Tom Cruise there, which everybody loves. They love Top Gun.
That's
He
just
is Top Gun.
for that performance. I struggle to see a majority of people voting for that to win.
Because, and this will be my last point on this, because I don't have Top Gun getting in Best Ensemble. I think it very
Oh,
well
you
could,
don't? Okay.
but I currently don't. You might be able to sway me, but I don't. Um, if that is the only place to nominate and give an award to Top Gun Maverick is Tom Cruise, and people love the movie and they just see it and they want to give him something and give the movie something, it could. I'm just saying, I would not count it out. I know film Twitter doesn't like the idea of Tom Cruise stealing a spot from somebody else, but if we're actually seeing what this, everywhere we go, Top Gun is overperforming. Top Gun gets
Yeah.
in all these places. I just don't think you should count out the one person that movie was built for. He is the movie.
He'll be nominated for sure at SAG
Yeah.
at least.
Yeah.
A win, I don't. That's
So
not the
wait,
type of thing to
so
win.
who do you think is missing from the, if, because do you have him in your top five for the Oscars?
Probably, yeah. I mean, I
Okay.
still currently have Paul
You say that
Mescal
so
as my number.
defeated.
I love Paul Mescal and After Sun. Get it at the BAFTAs, but I just probably won't be enough to get it at the Oscars. So
Yeah.
yes, I do have Tom Cruise at number 5. Sadly.
And this is from somebody who I would not personally nominate Tom Cruise. I think he's great in the movie, but it's not like I'm not pushing for him because I want him to win. I'm just
Yeah.
looking at the type of season we have. I think we both think that Brendan Fraser, it's too divisive of
Mm-mm.
performance, and he's not going to be in a Best Picture contender. And I think that Bill Nye it'll be a low priority
The
screener.
nomination is the win for him.
The nomination is the win for. I mean, listen, he could, but it's a very low.
The
I think
film is not, yeah,
people are not going to
being
watch the
seen.
film with the same intensity. Um, so all
Colin
I'm just
Farrell
saying
is
is that
Austin
if
Butler's clear rival. Clear
I would
rival.
just say, because I would say that Top Gun Maverick, Tom Cruise is to Top Gun Maverick what like Daniel Day-Lewis is to Lincoln, what Gary Oldman is to Darkest Hour. Like, the movie rests on their star power at the center of it.
Same with
It's a
Austin
very,
Butler.
yeah, but even so,
That
like, you
movie
have
does
Tom
not
Hanks
work
in there,
without
you have
him.
Baz Luhrmann. Like,
Tom
again,
Hanks was not helping that film with what he was doing.
it's
Austin
true.
Butler was saving the film
Yeah,
with what he was
that is
doing.
true. But I feel like because he's so young in his career, like, he's the Timothy Chalamet. He's the young actor who people give a lot of credit for, but
Yes. And if there
whether
was a Gary Oldman in competition here, I would have them winning. But we're in a group of all first-time nominees, besides Tom
except
Hanks
Tom
or
Cruise.
Tom Cruise. Yeah, but
And again,
that's just
I want to mention the fact that I think you do have your Gary Oldman in Tom Cruise. It's just like Angela Bassett, you're not used to these type of
the
performances, and
Gary Oldman
you're
performance is the
playing that
kind of
role.
performance that wins. That's like perfect.
Yes, and he did. That's why, again, this is rare, and it's a fascinating conversation. I just wouldn't count out. It's what I said earlier with, like, Angela Bassett. If you take out the Marvel stuff of it all, back in like October, it sounds like a type of role that wins this award. That's why I
And
felt
that's a
very confident in it. And
performance that's
yeah,
awards baity. Yeah.
and
Tom
that's why I'm
Cruise's
saying
performance is an awards baity.
it's not, but
He's getting
he
in because
is
the
the
field is
movie.
weak.
He is the movie. And if you're giving it all these other awards across crafts, and if you're considering it for Best Picture, maybe giving it Best Picture, I don't think you should count out the actor who makes that movie what it is. This may just be the moment to honor him.
What are your 5 in ensemble?
In ensemble, I mean, uh, I agree with you that Women Talking, it's on the bubble. It could get a
I
boost
doubt
here,
it.
but I don't think it inevitably will. Um, so for me, I have, pulling it up,
Everything Everywhere, probably.
Everything Everywhere All at Once, The Fablemans, Glass Onion, The Banshees of Inisherin,
Hmm.
and then this fifth spot is really throwing me.
Yeah.
It's really throwing me. I mean, I could see
That
Women Talking maybe sneak its way, but that would be a
Woman
surprise.
King.
Woman King feels the most likely, but I do like your Top Gun Maverick argument, because I could just see a lot of people showing a lot of support
It's
for that
very
film.
populist, and it is a good ensemble. I mean, it is raw. It's not just a Tom Cruise show, even though lots of people
Yeah.
think it is. It's a good ensemble.
I would love if Tar or Babylon was in this conversation, but they're
Yeah,
not.
no.
And
Black
listen, I'll
Panther
mention it
won the first one.
exactly. Black Panther took the words right out of my mouth, won the
Yeah.
first award, so there's always
Elvis,
potential. I mean, who are we nominated from the? I mean,
Austin
Olivia
Butler,
DeJonge
Tom Hanks,
and Dr.
the
Montgomery. Are
other
those the two
cast.
people?
Yeah, no, I'm just saying Elvis is overperforming everywhere, so don't count it out.
Yes, yes. As is Top Gun. So maybe those two are strong bets. But I mean, the Woman King. Keep hearing this idea that the Woman King is rising, but I like where is like
I think
I'm
it's people
waiting
really
for proof that
wanting.
that's true.
People are struggling for what to put in those last few spots, and they're like, I
Yeah.
could see. I think Woman King is also about to hit Netflix soon, so I think maybe people are counting on that.
I mean, here's the thing too. I don't know what you have winning here. I do have Angela Bassett winning at SAG, so I think, and I'm trying to think
I have
the
everything
other
everywhere winning ensemble though.
Everything Everywhere winning ensemble. Michelle Yeoh, I think, will maybe win here potentially. Michelle or Kate. It is interesting, like when you break it apart from the individual to the lead support, the ensemble versus the individual performances, and as you say, like will they award enough of the people in the individual categories that then they don't want to go for it here? But then does a win in one of those categories mean that they have a better shot at getting the ensemble in? It's very difficult. Um,
I would go with
I think,
Woman King if I were you. I don't understand Banshees personally. I feel like Banshees is very much Power of the Dog or Marriage Story, where they're going to nominate all four of the performances, and that's really the whole ensemble. So there's really
you're
not
right.
much
You're right. You know
much
what I'm going to
else.
do? I'm going to do Woman King and Top Gun Maverick.
Oh, we got the same
Uh,
time.
yeah, you swayed me, but I do think look out for Black Panther. I do think that's possible.
Yeah, and I would love to see women talking get in, but
Yeah. Women talking Black Panther, I think, are on the edge. Because something that I noted was Leonard Maltin, who's a wonderful, esteemed critical personality. He did like a catch up on all the reviews of all these holiday movies and like The Menu, Glass Onion, The Whale, all these movies. And Wakanda Forever was by far his, like, I think his most praise he had for the movie. His only criticism was it was too long, which he gave that criticism to most movies on the list. And he
yeah,
specifically noted, I'm paraphrasing, like the work of Angela Bassett, Letitia Wright, Denai Guerrero, and Lupita Nyong'o step up in the wake of Chadwick Boseman's passing, as well as newcomer Tenoch Huerta. So the fact that you have somebody like him, a very esteemed critic, who's acknowledging the ensemble, that's something to take note of. So I will say look out for it, but it's on the outside looking in.
yes. So we got the same five there. Actress, this is pretty easy for me. I got Michelle Yeoh, Kate Blanchett, Michelle Williams, Viola Davis, and Margot Robbie. Robbie could miss, but I'm not sure what the alternate would be.
I mean, it's Deadweiler,
The
isn't it?
Armis? Well, I've lost faith, sadly, in Deadweiler. I feel like it's kind of like the Delroy Lindo path, where it's like a critically
Naomi
acclaimed.
Ackie and Whitney Houston. I want to dance with somebody.
That's possible, maybe, honestly. But yeah, I just think Deadweiler is probably gonna miss here, and she'll probably then miss at the Oscars. Like, yeah.
I mean, you could have two performers. I mean, Renee Zellweger was nominated at the same time that Elton John was for Taron Egerton and Rocket Man. Renee Zellweger playing Judy. So you could have Austin Butler and Naomi Ackie get in. But I do think that movie needed to be a little
That
bit
movie's,
later.
yeah,
It did make the BAFTA.
botched campaign as well. So
Um,
I don't think
uh,
anyone's really
it
seen
was
it.
botched when they renamed the movie. They
Yeah.
gave it that stupid subtitle. Yeah, I agree. I do think this will decide the Oscar. It's going to be Kate versus Michelle, and we're going to see who wins it here. And I think
I
Michelle
don't
has a
know.
fighting chance, but I also think Kate. This is when you have everybody, I think, saying that this is the best performance of your career, and this is coming from one of our best actors. That says a lot. And I do think there's a lot of people that want to put Kate Blanchett in the Frances McDormand, Meryl Streep category of 3 acting wins.
Yeah, yeah. I do think they'll both win Globes, so that won't help at all. Spoiler alert for the Globes. Blanchett will probably win BAFTA, and I would say Yo will probably win SAG. So then it'll be hard to choose who wins come to Oscar time. But yeah, pretty predictable there. Sorry, Daniel Deadweather. We're rooting for you, but just dealing with realities here. Actor, Butler, Colin Farrell, Fraser, Bill Nighy, and Tom Cruise.
Interesting. Again, looking for that SAG outlier, that Jared Leto spot
What
of the
did you
past
go
two
for,
years.
Craig or something?
I put in Adam Sandler for Hustle.
Oh, okay. That's possible. He is doing the award circuit right now. He's in
Yeah,
like
and
all
they
the
like
round tables.
they seem to like the bigger names. You
They do
know,
like the bigger names, yeah.
you know. That being said, though, the reason why I
And
put
you're doing that
five,
in exchange for Bill Nighy, probably.
yes,
Yeah.
because like also like when you go like 2019, like I believe Jonathan Price nor Antonio Banderas was in here. I believe what was it? Was Eddie
Two
Murphy
cups.
here? No, and
Probably either Eddie Murphy or Taron
it was
Egerton. Oh,
it was
it
Taron
was
Egerton
Taron
was definitely
Egerton and
in,
Christian
and
Bale.
Christian Bale. Yes, that's right, because Joaquin Phoenix gave that beautiful speech, one of my favorite
Yeah, it
favorite award speeches ever, when he honored all of them and then ended it with
was a good
thanking
speech.
the
Yeah,
ledger. But so that's why I'm missing out on Bill Nighy here. And
yeah,
putting
they do
at
like their names, and he's not a name.
yeah.
I would
Um,
maybe agree with you. I'd put Bill Nighy in fifth, and who
yeah.
knows? Come the day of, I might put in Adam Sandler is probably the best bet. Maybe Hugh Jackman, but mm,
I can't with
mm,
this up. Um,
mm,
and I currently have Colin Farrell winning this. I know I made my
uh,
play for Tom Cruise. I don't think you should ignore Tom Cruise. The amount of love I see for Top Gun seemed I that could happen for him, but I still think the love for Banshees is also strong. So look out for.
easy Butler win here for me personally. I think it's going
Yeah,
to be an
Butler
easy
has got
Butler
to
win.
when Butler wins something, then we can start talking. But he hasn't won anything.
No,
And
I
he's
mean,
got
who
to
has
win
one?
not the Globe. If he
No
wins the
one's really
Critics'
won yet.
Choice, if he wins Critics' Choice, I think you have an argument, but I think Colin Farrell will win Critics' Choice.
Yeah, Colin Farrell will probably win Critics' Choice, but
Or
I
Brendan
think
Fraser.
or Fraser, yeah. But I mean, Butler could win there too. I mean, they do like trying to go with what the Oscars will do. But I think Butler's got SAG and he's got Globes. BAFTA will go to Farrell.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
think
think
for
it's close.
once we're not going to see a repeat of all the acting knobs. I think SAG though is going to decide it. So
And it will be Butler. So there we go.
maybe. I mean, listen, he
There
could be
we
just
go.
everybody falls in love with him. That could happen.
I think they're already in love with him. He's having quite the tour. I mean, I
We'll
just
see.
saw a photo of him meeting Brendan
He did go
Fraser,
to
Kate Blanchett.
SNL. Yeah, it's true. It's true. I'm not counting him out. It would be quite for him to come back from what, June? Well, it was June, right? That's when it came
June,
out.
yeah.
To come back from June and win this thing off of a nobody knew. Again, he had worked before. He's like, what is he, 30?
Yeah, he's
Like
30 exactly. Yeah.
yeah. So if he, but
Not
nobody
quite,
knew who he was a year
not
ago,
super young.
unless
Not in
you've
the
been watching
20s,
Sharpay's Fabulous Adventure.
which I have been.
All
Or
right,
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. But yeah.
supporting actress, what you got?
Bassett, Carrie Condon, Jamie Lee Curtis, probably Janelle Monáe. And then I'll stick on the Carrie Mulligan train and say Carrie Mulligan, who's more of a star than Dolly DeLeon. I would say either her or Stephanie Sue.
I really wish it was Stephanie Sue.
I wish
I don't
it's
think
her
it's
last
happening.
chance, really. She missed BAFTA. She's really missed everywhere but Critics' Choice. So she needs it if she wants to get in there.
I have a different list, and it's a very
Okay.
interesting list, if I say so myself. So my list is Angela Bassett, Jamie Lee Curtis, Carrie Condon, Dala De Leon, because this is where Yu Jen Yoon kind of made her first impression because she missed the Golden Globe. So I think
Yeah.
she will, and Dala De Leon got the Golden Globe. So I think she will hopefully be able to build this momentum here. And then I have Hong Chow for the Whale because um, I think
Yeah.
the Whale is an acting achievement. I think that's what people are going to take away the most from that movie. She was very good in the menu, and I think that's the type of movie that like SAG isn't necessarily going to vote for because the competition is tough, but that they probably saw. It's on HBO
Yeah.
Max right now.
It's doing very well right now,
Yeah,
streaming.
so I think Hong Chow maybe gets in at SAG, but I think she'll lose out. And I also think didn't Hong Chow get in for downsizing and then lose out on the Oscar?
And she got in at a lot of places for downsizing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think she probably did. Yeah.
So again, this would then support my she'll get in here, but then Nina Haas will just come out of nowhere and surprise
I
because
would
yeah.
give her decent shot at getting out the Oscars too. If we want to have that
Oh
one
yeah,
spot who's not in picture, she could very much be that.
it's
She was great in
possible.
the film. I think, as we said in our review, easily the best performance in my opinion.
Yeah, she her one scene outside on the porch was probably the best scene in the movie. So
She felt
I
the
will co-sign.
least fake to me, even though they all felt fake. She felt the most authentic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
probably. She gets the
yeah,
best role though. She's the most human. Her and Samantha Morton.
yeah,
I like Samantha Morton a lot.
yeah. So yeah, Bassett, Condon, Curtis, Monet, and Mulligan. I guess is what I'll stick to there. Not super confident in that. I'm never going to be confident in anything I predict in supporting actress. So supporting actor is interesting. Ki Kwan, Paul Dano, Brendan Gleeson, Barry Keoghan, and Eddie Redmayne.
You're going
Maybe Tom
Redmayne. They
Hanks.
like that Jared Leto type
It's
of.
either him or Tom Hanks is going to get that spot. One of those two.
Well, I mean, I do think Judd Hirsch could. And I think for my
Maybe.
own sake, those other two performances are just so out there that I don't know. I feel like it's Judd Hirsch has the type of scene that I think actors love because the focus is all on him.
Yeah,
You remember him. It's a great performance. I mean, he kind of spells out the themes of the movie, so it's a
he
very
does.
integral performance. So I think I'm going to stick with Judd Hirsch. Because I also believe didn't Jamie Dornan and Kieran Hines both get in at Pier
Here,
last year?
I forget. They
I'm going to
did
pull
both
that up.
get in somewhere, I'm pretty sure.
So I think they've been proven that they will do. I don't know why. I think because Banshee's is such a done deal, we're treating Fablemans like Belfast, even though there's another movie
Yeah.
with two performers. Um, but I mean that's what we're doing.
In terms
Um,
of other possibilities, Brad Pitt is a star, so who knows? And also, I get a weird feeling that either Edward Norton for Glass Onion, who's also a star in
that'd
Glass
be
Onion, or
crazy.
Miles Teller for Top Gun. I feel like either of those wouldn't completely count them out. I
That'd
mean,
be crazier.
there was some like Miles Teller craze going around when the
He's great in the movie,
film
but
came out. Yeah, started a whole mustache trend, But
what was he
I'm
about
gonna
to look
stick
up?
with those five. Did both the Belfast boys get nominated
Oh,
here?
thank you. Neither of them did.
Neither of them did.
It was Troy Kotzer, Ben Affleck, and the Tender Bar. Yeah, because I remember
Oh,
I had to watch the Tender Bar because of that. Freaking, he was good. The movie.
oh, didn't Bradley
Bradley
Cooper get?
Cooper,
Yeah.
Jared Leto for House of Gucci, and then Cody Smith
Oh my
McPhee.
God. So that's only two that carry over to the Oscars, right?
Cody
Code
and Troy.
Troy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. So I wouldn't I think your predicted five is the your Oscar predicted five as
Yeah.
well.
So
I don't know if I
maybe
would stick with that.
maybe I throw the. It's
Usually
always
I was going through it. They very rarely, I think only in Best Actor the last 2 years is the only time it's happened really. Do they go 5 for 5 with the Oscars?
it's always interesting with
And
SAG
they'll
to
probably
be
do it again in
a
Actor this year.
yeah, it's always interesting in SAG to be who is going to get in its SAG, and that will be what builds momentum towards the Oscar, and who is the person who's only getting in its SAG. That's why, again, I want to throw out Nina Haas for the Oscars because I'm like, I need somebody who is just not on anybody's radar for anything else, but is the type of
Mhm.
thing the Oscars will go for the Marina de Tavira type of nomination.
The Brian Tyree Henrys.
No.
Maybe. He's not
All
on
right.
anyone's radar.
We're going to do the Golden Globes, but because it's the Golden Globes and we don't really want to give
Did you
them too
change
much
your SAG
time.
for supporting actor though?
No, I
Did
think
you?
I'm going to keep
You're
it.
sticking with your Oscar five?
Yeah, I'll stick with the Oscar five.
Okay.
We'll see.
Okay.
Maybe at the last minute. But because it's the Golden Globes, we're going to do this as quick as possible because that's how much time they deserve.
Yeah. There are some dilemmas here though, so I might be a little talkative for some categories. The first category I will be talkative for, Best Motion Picture Drama. There are three films here that I think have the potential of winning. Guess those three.
Elvis,
Yes.
The Fablemans,
No. I
Top
don't
Gun,
think Fableman. Elvis, Top Gun, and
and
Avatar I think all have a
Avatar.
chance of winning. Me personally, I'm mm, yes,
I think it's
I'm
Elvis
you think it's Elvis? Okay.
because I
That's
think
not
I'm
helped
looking
me.
for movies that will win another category, and it will. Austin Butler will win because his other competition is not here or in other categories. Um, so he will win that. And I think the Baz Luhrmann surprise nom bodes well.
They like the movie, yeah. I mean,
And
it
they
got
like
more
the,
nominations than Bohemian Rhapsody did here.
yeah,
So,
and they
and that
like this
won
movie.
here.
So yeah, they like this type of movie.
That's
I
my
think
number
it'll
two.
be, yeah.
It's my number two.
You're
I'm
going
gonna say
Avatar?
I'm gonna say Avatar's gonna win. I'm gonna parallel the 2019/2020 race, where 1917 surprised because it was the technical Marvel. And they loved the first Avatar. They love Avatar, and they clearly like this one. So I'll stick with that. That and I mean Top Gun, if it did better here, I would consider it, but it really didn't do that good here. So
If
it just
Tom
got
Cruise got in.
yeah, it just got drama and song. So um musical or comedy, I'm going with Banshees of Inisherin, personally.
Interesting.
Also mirroring the 2019 year.
Yeah, why not? I agree with you.
Agree. Just because if Everything Everywhere wins like 3 acting categories and then picture, when's the last movie that won that much at the Golden Globes? That's a lot.
La La Land.
Did it?
It won 7. It has the record.
It won 7 Golden Globes.
La La Land won picture, director, screenplay, best actress for Emma Stone, best actor for Ryan Gosling, and song and score, right? That's 7.
Oh wow, that is a lot. I don't think that's gonna happen with Everything Everywhere. Yeah, I'm sticking with Banshees just because that
That
did
was no,
overperform.
that was where the La La Land buy it. That's when the whole SNL sketch about you love La La Land too much. That was
Oh,
the Golden
that's when it
Globe.
got the front
Gave
runner
it the
curse.
most Golden Globes in the history of the show. Deservedly so, but that's a different question.
Yeah, yeah, because Banshees did very well nomination wise here. So I think they do like that movie,
And
and they
I
like
think
Martin McDonagh a lot.
it'll be the type of like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood won this, Three Billboards won this,
It's more
Grand
that kind of
Budapest
movie.
won this, and then Birdman went off to win Best Picture. You know, if you're predicting Top Gun or Everything Everywhere to win, you know, I think that's the type of situation we have.
It's between those two. Nothing else really has a shot. Director, sticking with it, that parallel. I'm going James Cameron.
Interesting potential. I'm going
Just like
to.
the Sam Mendes 1917, like the technical thing, and they love James Cameron. They love Avatar.
I'm going to stick by the Daniels. I think they want to build up their credibility back, and that seems like the type of
See,
nod
I'm
they.
giving the Daniels the Bong Joon-ho route.
It's potential. It's possible.
I yeah, I don't know if they're gonna win here. I feel like they go with names usually.
Yeah.
Um,
Spielberg could. Spielberg
he
could.
could still surprise here. Yeah, he needs a win somewhere.
Yeah. All right.
Who knows?
Actor.
Baz Luhrmann. Who knows?
Who knows? He
Who
could.
knows?
All right. Actor.
Actor in the drama is Austin Butler.
Yes.
Yeah, lock it in. Actress in a drama, Kate Blanchett.
Kate Blanchett. Yeah.
Maybe Ana de Armas is all I'll say. Maybe. If someone's gonna upset Kate Blanchett, I would say it's Ana de Armas.
Oh my god.
I don't think it's Olivia Colman, even though they do love Olivia Colman. I don't think it's Viola Davis or Michelle Williams. I would say Ana de Armas is your number 2. She's going there. She's
I'll
presented
say
an
look
award.
out for Michelle Williams as
It's like
I
Andre
always
Day. Like Andre Day.
But
She's
yeah.
surprised there. But yeah.
Yeah, but it's Kate Blanchett. It's Tar. Come on.
Yeah. Who did Andre Day upset? Frances McDormand.
Viola Davis, Frances McDormand.
I mean, there's Frances McDormand.
Carey Mulligan. Or no, was she in drama?
I mean, that's an interesting parallel. Because
Yeah,
I mean,
but
Frances
Andre
McDormand did
Day.
end up going to win her 3rd acting Oscar.
Yeah, but didn't Andre Day win the year that they revealed that there were no black? Not to say that she wouldn't have been deserving, but I feel like they were aware of how bad it looked and they wanted to give as many
It was
black.
also a very showy performance. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I would not be looking to Andrew Day as the type of thing that we're trying.
No, I'm just saying if the Globes choose chaos in that category, I think Ana de Armas is your number 2. And they're going to choose chaos somewhere. Actress in a motion picture, musical, or comedy, Michelle Yeoh. No one else has a shot.
Bye. She wins.
Same thing in actor in a musical or comedy, Colin Farrell. No one else really has a shot.
It's the easiest category.
If there's a number 2, Ray Fiennes, maybe.
There's no number 2. Colin Farrell is winning that.
Yeah, there's no clear number 2. Supporting actor, also pretty clear. Ke Huy Quan is going to be winning. He's winning everywhere. Besides
Listen, I'll just mention because ever since Aaron Taylor Johnson won for Nocturnal Animals,
if he's going to lose anywhere, he'll lose here or BAFTA.
That is true. If he's going to lose anywhere, it'll be here, and it'll probably be the Brendan Gleeson. But I think Hugh Kwan will win.
Yeah. If he loses, it would probably be Brendan Gleeson. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if Banshees follows the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood route, that did win supporting actor here. So
It didn't win
maybe.
Best Actor though.
It didn't. No, Taron Egerton didn't win. Yeah.
That's when we thought Taron was rising and then
Yeah.
flopped.
Yeah. Poor Taron. He deserved his spot.
That
Supporting
was a
actress.
that was the best actor year ever.
That was a really good year. Really good year. Especially when you
Like
look at this year.
when Eddie Murphy and Dolomite and Adam Sandler and
Adam
Uncut Gems
Sandler.
and Roman Griffin Davis and Jojo Rabbit and Taron Egerton and Rocket Man, like when all those people
Adam
missed,
Driver.
like that could have been you could have
It
add
could have
one
been
more
its own
person to
five.
that
Yeah.
list, and that could have been your own
Christian
five.
Bale.
Yeah, there you go. That would have been a great best actor list, and it's not the five that actually got nominated.
Yeah. That was a really good year. Supporting actress, I've got Bassett winning. I know you probably have Curtis, right? It's
I did
interesting.
have Curtis.
I
Sell me on why my girl's winning, and she's
I
not mine.
think
She's the
if
world.
I very much do think Curtis has a chance here. I feel like it could be like them giving her due because she still supported them after all of the controversy. They very much like her. I don't know if that I just don't see that performance winning anything, honestly. When I look at it, I look at previous winners, it's not the kind of performance that wins. And I do think Angela Bassett very much could be a Globes kind of pick. And I think if Angela Bassett wins and then she gets to give a speech and she like gives a speech honoring Chadwick Boseman,
I
that
mean,
locks her in for the
that's
Oscar, in my
why she's
opinion.
got to win somewhere, and she'll be fine. It is interesting because I think Critics' Choice will go Carrie Condon, and BAFTA will go Carrie Condon. If Bassett can win the Globe,
I think Bassett can win Critics' Choice too. I mean,
really,
when critics, I mean, at least people online often post who they're voting for on Critics' Choice, and I know that represents a small minority. There's a lot of love, and there's a lot of critics who vote in that group who are Marvel fans. And I think they're going to be like, I want to like give Marvel like a win in the acting categories.
from your lips to God's ears, I hope you're
I've
right.
also got her winning at the Oscars now too. So yeah,
Yay!
I'm fully committed to it. Carrie
I'm
Condon
glad that
is a clear
one of
number two.
my September long shots is
Paid
actually
off, it paid off.
coming true.
Yeah. I think earlier than September, didn't you have her like when the first trailer came out?
I had her in my head, and Gold Derby was like, no, they didn't allow me to pick her. But the
Oh,
minute
I
I
see.
could, I put her in.
Mm, yeah. Yeah, I think it'll probably happen. I mean, she's so likable too. She's doing the circuit. She has a great personality. I keep saying it. If she wins somewhere, I think she'll probably win here. Then she gives a really great speech. I mean, I don't think there's any stopping that.
Yeah, I mean, she holds such gravitas, and I think she in a year where we had so many just truly powerful performances from women, whether I mean you look at the best actress race, you look at the supporting actress. I mean, partly why supporting actress is so much fun because there's just so many competition here because there's so many great performances. I do think that Angela Bassett just stands among them, similarly to how Renee Zellweger felt in Judy. Like you had all these great performances: Saoirse, Scarlett, Charlize, Cynthia, Lupita, but there's Renee just always felt like she was just a tier above them as far as
Yeah.
her stature among these awards bodies. And I think Angela's going to have that. As much as I love Carrie Condon, how can you compare with the
I mean,
legacy?
yeah, when you look at the other four here, I mean, Carrie Condon, it's I think the nomination is the I think she would still be my number two, but I think it's very much the nomination is the win kind of thing. I mean, no one really has heard of her before. I think this is like kind of her big breakout. She's been in stuff before,
She
but this
was the
is her
voice
big.
of Tony Stark's AI in
She
Infinity.
was, yeah. People very much know who voices that role. But yeah, I mean, Dolly DeLeon is more of an international actress. I think a big breakout in the mainstream here. Carey Mulligan is just not. That's not a kind of role I think that you win for.
Watch,
And
it's the type of Jodie Foster
oh
Mauritanian,
my
and she
god,
wins.
probably that would even more make me confident in having her as minute at
Listen,
the Oscars.
Angela Bassett could start the Sylvester Stallone track record, and I still think Carrie Condon is your Mark Rylance.
Yeah,
Um,
probably.
but I do think Angela Bassett, despite maybe having some disadvantages because she's a black woman and that's just how this industry works, unfortunately, I do think she probably is more respected as an actor than Sylvester Stallone was.
Oh, for sure. I mean, No, Stallone was previously nominated, but I think she is much more respected as a
Well, Angela Bassett was
performer.
previously nominated, wasn't she?
Yeah, no, I was about to say maybe Stallone, but he has been nominated before. Um,
Stallone was nominated for Rocky, I think, for
mhm.
something. He was,
He,
and that he won. So
yeah,
we'll see.
he did already have an Oscar. Angela Bassett doesn't have an Oscar.
It'll be one of the best moments when if she wins an Oscar and she gets to walk to the stage and I can just see her holding it. I don't know why.
When you
Just
just
I
think
want it
of
to happen.
who's gonna have the most, it's kind of a visualizing thing too. Jamie Lee Curtis, I just cannot for the life of me see her holding an Oscar for that role. It's
If she
not gonna
wins, she has
happen.
to wear the costume with the
She has to do
staple in her head.
something. She has to post an apology letter. Um,
Trauma.
yeah, trauma for everyone.
All right, we said we were gonna make this quick. Let's go.
Yeah, original score, Babylon.
He won here for First Man. I wonder if this is where the Fablemans get some love for John Williams.
Maybe I'll stick with Babylon because he did win for First Man and for La La Land, so it seems like they like them some Justin
They
Hurwitz. So I'll
love
stick
him.
with Babylon.
I'll go Fablemans just for difference of opinion, but I'll probably change this before Tuesday.
Yeah.
It
Original
is
song.
12:38 in the morning. I hope people know how dedicated we are that we're
We're
doing this.
extremely dedicated to this. Original song. I would say "Hold My Hand." I mean, they love Lady Gaga, right?
Well, she didn't win for Stars Born Best
She
Actress.
didn't. Oh, I
No,
know,
this was when
but they
Glenn
like her
Close.
music, is what I mean. They like her music.
Well, she won for Shallow. That's the only sign that they like her music. She's won 2 Globes. She also won for American Horror Story, which was a surprising win.
I
Um,
feel like that's the biggest breakout song of all of these. Like, if you were to ask someone on the street which one they've most likely heard before, I think that's probably
I
"Hold
think
My
they would
Hand"
say Ciao Papa. No. Um,
or "Carolina."
maybe.
I mean, I'm a Taylor Swift fan, but that
I'm
song is
going Lift
just
Me Up. I think that song, not
that would be
only
my number two. I'd honestly
not
say
only
look out
being
for Not To" as well.
for the Globes, yeah.
For the
Uh,
Globes, yeah.
but I think the story of Lift Me Up is very powerful.
Yeah, agreed. It's very close, number two. Animated is Pinocchio.
Yeah.
I mean,
Next.
they do some weird stuff in animated sometimes, like they gave Missing Link a win, so who knows? Maybe it goes to Puss in Boots or something. If there's a number
Guillermo
two,
won for Shape of Water. He's well
they like
regarded
Kieran.
within
Yeah.
the group. He's fine.
Best motion picture, non-English language. I originally was thinking RRR. Now I'm thinking maybe All Quiet has a better chance. It's
I mean,
between
I
those
could see
two.
RRR getting song and this maybe.
Yeah.
Um, I think you always go for the movie that is in more categories, so I'm gonna go RRR.
Yeah, I'll stick with RRR too, but I would say look out for All Quiet. I'm sitting here.
Yeah,
I think All Quiet's definitely winning the Oscar in this category at this point. And then best screenplay, I have Banshees of Inisherin winning.
yeah,
Kind of like a
maybe
Once Upon a
Tar,
Time in Hollywood
maybe Tar.
package. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood won comedy, musical, and screenplay. They won screenplay, right? And then it won lead or supporting
Screenplay,
actor.
supporting actor, and picture. That
Yeah,
was
similar. It's just lead actor for this instead of supporting actor.
yeah.
And I mean, they've given it to Martin McDonagh before. They love him in his scripts. I think he'll probably win the Oscar too. Very much the scripty movie. Yeah, and that's everything. Yeah, that's our Golden Globes predictions. We made it. We did
We
it.
made a supersized episode all for you.
Yep. Maybe you should break it into two parts, like I don't know, Wicked or Deathly Hollows, just to be
Oh
safe.
my god. I
Um,
mean,
yeah,
we have a bunch of reviews that we're gonna get out to you soon. I mean, Avatar reviews that are a month late, so
yeah,
we are
at some point.
we're doing a lot. We're doing a lot.
Yeah, and then we've got stuff going on next week. Got Golden Globes, we got SAG. I'm sure there's something else that will happen. Um, yeah, Sun review whenever that happens. I don't know about that,
Oh my
but
god.
yeah, those are our predictions for the Golden Globes winners, the SAG nominations, and our thoughts on the craziness of the BAFTA long lists. That's
That
everything we talked about today.
we did all of that. Oh my god.
We did all of that.
Yeah.
Go us. Yeah. So comment your thoughts on everything we talked about, whatever it was, down below. Like the video if you liked our thoughts.
Do you
Subscribe
like
for
when I'm
more.
sleep deprived and I'm
You
stringing
do
together
this to
Tom
us,
Cruise
people.
statements?
Yeah. We spent a while on Tom Cruise potentially winning an Oscar, only for
I
you
think
to not have him winning.
yeah, I don't count him out.
I am counting him out, but yeah,
I wanted on the record that I compared him to Daniel Day-Lewis.
you did. Yeah. And Gary Oldman. And
Yeah.
yeah.
I think it's fair. I think they make those movies as much as Tom Cruise makes Top Gun what it is. And if you love Top Gun, you love it for Tom Cruise. I do think that's an apt comparison while not
Tom
comparing
Cruise, the movie star.
performances.
Tom Cruise, the movie star, not Tom Cruise, the actor. I think you like
Yes.
those two for the actor, not the movie
Yes.
star.
Yes. There's a difference in performance, but I think as far as their influence on the final product of the movie, there is something similar about them.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
We
But
shall
yeah,
see.
where can they find these hot takes from you on the internet, Anthony?
Where can they find me? Do you want to find them? Is the question.
And after all
At
this,
you've got them all at Anthony_post on Twitter, Instagram, and Letterbox. And spoilers ahead with Anthony Post. Once I see Women Talking and a bunch of these other movies that I'm still catching up on,
After Sun,
yes, I will update. We did it last week on this, but I will do my favorite films of 2022 and look out for upcoming reviews. Should I review Plane? It's an interesting.
Oh God, Meet Megan.
I did see Megan. I don't know if I'm going to do a review for it. When I'm
Okay.
in the middle, it's always difficult for me to motivate
Yeah,
film.
I have some passion.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, thank you all for watching. I'll do all that fun stuff, and we'll see you soon. Probably like sooner than usual because there's a lot of stuff happening early next week. So
Too much.
too much. We'll see you then.